University of Maine Final Four hockey is brought to you by your New England Jeep and Eagle dealers, where you can get the advantage of Jeep and Eagle quality and value. EBS Building Supplies with locations from Camden to Calais. Twin City Coin at the Airport Mall, Darling's Honda Nissan, and the Maine Furniture Barn for service, selection, and value.
Finals. And good afternoon, everyone, across America. I'm Tom Mees, along with Bob Norton and Jim Rich. And let's take a look and see how the Wolverines and the Black Bears won their way to the NCAA semifinals. In the Western Regional at Joe Louis Arena, Michigan over Wisconsin in OT. The Black Bears of Maine overwhelming Minnesota 6-2 in the East Regional at the Worcester Centrum last Saturday. I'm joined, of course, by Bob Norton. And Bob, if you like goal scoring, you're going to love this matchup. Each team averaging over 6 a game.
Well, both these teams can play great offense, but they're solid defensively. They're outstanding in the nets. This is the matchup that a lot of hockey people in the country have been waiting for. Maine versus Michigan.
Michigan beat Wisconsin in overtime. The goal by senior David Roberts, and he was a hero for the Wolverines.
Sure was. 135 of overtime. He got the winner, but no accident for him. 246 career points, 89 career goals. One of the outstanding forwards in the country.
Coach of the Wolverines is the veteran Gordon Red Berenson. He talks about the unknown, the Maine Black Bears.
Well, we really haven't seen them. We've heard a lot about them, and we know they're a great team with more than a few great players and a program that's been there before. We respect them, obviously, and I think for the first time in the season we'll be a decided underdog going into the game. But that should bring the best out in our team, and I think it'll be a real test of our team defense, goalkeeping defense, and overall team defense to shut down the great offense that Maine has.
Bob, it seems everybody's a decided underdog against Maine. They've only lost once all year. They have 40 victories, but they still never won a national title, but they're a very talented club.
They sure are. Cal Ingraham leads the country in goals and power play goals. Jimmy Montgomery has more points than anybody who ever played college hockey in the East. But the story with all that, Paul Correa, North Vancouver, British Columbia, leads the country in points and points per game, set a Maine record for assists, set a Maine record for points, Hockey East Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year, just a gifted player.
And they destroyed Minnesota, especially on the penalty-killing unit last Saturday. Well, the coach of the Black Bears is Sean Walsh. He knows that he has a toughie in the Wolverines.
I think the key is your transition to defense. I think your patience defensively. You know, if you're a card player, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. When Michigan's got the puck, they're a fabulous hockey team. They're a great offensive machine, and you've got to play well without the puck and respect their offense.
In this matchup, Maine is the top seed. They'll wear the white uniforms. The lower seed usually wears dark uniforms. Our ringside reporter, Jim Rich, though, has uncovered a story. Jim, Michigan is not going to wear their blue roadies, are they?
No, they're not, Tom. Instead, they are wearing maize jerseys for this game, just like the men's basketball team. The Wolverines have decided to wear these uniforms in big games. They debuted them in the Great Lakes Invitational Championship game, and they were able to come away with a big win. So they're hoping now, being 5-0 with these jerseys, that they could keep winning. Tom, back to you.
All right, Jim, and we'll be back with the opening face-off between Michigan and Maine in just a moment. Stay with us. Back live to the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, and their sellout crowd to see Michigan and Maine here in the semifinal matchup this afternoon. The men with the pressure on in goal for the University of Michigan Wolverines, surrounded by his teammates. Number 31, Steve Shields, a junior from North Bay, Ontario. An excellent goals against at 2.17. The veteran head coach of the Wolverines. As Shields emerges from beneath the crowd, behind the Wolverine bench will be Gordon Red Berenson, of course, veteran with the National Hockey League and a former performer at Michigan in his college days. For the Maine Black Bears, it'll be Garth Snow in net.
Garth Snow out of Mount St. Charles High School in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, played his prep hockey at Stratford Junior B in Stratford, Ontario, the all-tournament goaltender in the Hockey East tournament. He's one of 2 outstanding goaltenders for the Black Bears.
And the head man, Sean Walsh.
Well, Sean's in his 9th season out of Bowling Green, 248 wins, 120 losses, and 14 ties. But since 1987, 201 wins, 47 losses, and 10 ties. 6 straight 30-win seasons, 7th straight appearance in the NCAA.
And there are your officials, Harry Amian, Bob Hearn, Joel Dupre from the ECAC. Handling the action today, and we're set for the opening face-off. Eric Benton's line out there against Brian Wiseman's line for the Wolverines, and this is Maine with it. Matt Martin dumps it into the Michigan Wolverine zone. The Wolverines in their maize and blue. Again, 5-0 with those unis. that they started wearing in their tournament. Outscoring the opponents 32-10 in the opening period. So Michigan's a team likes to jump on you early. When they're wearing maize, they really jump on you early by a 3-1 margin. Puck loose at center ice. Now into the Michigan zone. Latendresse had his stick held up momentarily. A lot of room behind the nets in Kallikaki. If you're used to seeing the pros, a lot more room to work.
Even more so than usual here. 15 feet. They set it up just for this NCAA tournament.
David Harlock tries to clear around the boards. Can't do so. Black Bears pinching in. Dan Murphy helps keep it in. Shot is blocked in front and cleared out of the zone. Snow comes out to play it for Maine and a line change. And a whistle on the clearing pass will have a face-off.
Tom, Maine took an icing there, but you saw what God Snow likes very much to do. He plays almost as a third defenseman, very aggressive coming out, handling the puck, and will move the puck up to his forwards and his defensemen to get the offense going. They take an icing there, but that's something that Sean Walsh likes to see him do.
There's Steve Shields. A look at what he has facing him. That's his view. Right now he's happy because the action is up the ice. The face-off to the right of the Maine netliner, Garth Snow. Tamer keeps it in for Michigan. Chris Tamer. Loose puck, and it's corralled by Maine, and here come the Black Bears. Cal Ingraham, all 5'4" of them, couldn't quite catch up to it. David Roberts has it out in front, and it's Correa, and his shot is off his stick and into the crowd. Level face-off in the Wolverine zone. Paul Correa's first scored chance of the day.
Well, this is where Maine can hurt you there. Very aggressive forechecking. Ingraham on the forecheck gets it to Montgomery, and watch Correa set up in the slot. He's going to find open ice right there. Has some trouble getting a hold of the puck. Delays in getting rid of it, and you can see the shot there was deflected. Had he gotten rid of that more quickly, he'd have had a dangerous shot on net.
Ferraro twins are on for Maine. Peter, number 17, Chris, number 15, is set to take the face-off. Correa, along with Weinrich. Also out there for the Black Bears, the favored Maine Black Bears against the underdog Michigan Wolverines this afternoon. Michigan trying to clear the zone, can't do it. Maine holds it in. Correa can't get it in the slot. And back with it there is Dan Steifer. He clears the center ice. Correa pokes it back at center. Michigan waiting to get onside, dump it in. But Weinrich has it for Maine. Correa at center ice over the stick of Chris Ferraro. Here come the Wolverines. Aaron Ward dumps it in. Snow stick handles it back out to center ice all the way to the Michigan zone. Both sides go for a line change. I should say Maine for a line change. Michigan can't take advantage at center ice. Loose puck picked up by Salpy. Just dumps it in. Back forward is Pat Neaton for Michigan. He gets buried there with a nice check by Martin Mercier. At the point, Andy Silverman keeps it in momentarily. Michigan breaks out 3-on-2. They got some numbers, but couldn't connect on the right wing. Martin goes back for it, pays the price for Maine, and Ferraro. Back to Martin. Heavy hitting early along the boards at center ice. Silverman clears the zone for Maine. Shields handles it, leaves it for Neaton. Just underway here from the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. Winner goes to Saturday night's National Championship game. Here comes Imes, the All-American defenseman. Chris Imes, poke checked away momentarily by Rick Willis. Imes still lofted it into the corner, and Maine keeps the pressure on. This is Rick Willis trying to work it out. Can't do so. Imes dumps it back in. Latendresse checks his man to the boards. Willis again fighting for possession. Michigan being bottled up in their own zone. As I say that, they lost it down the ice, but Snow has to make the save.
He made the play because the puck was going to go through the crease and the icing was going to be blown off.
Again, loose puck at center. Back and forth they go. Both sides getting some fresh bodies on the ice as Imes picks it up. Ingram intending a pass for Correa. Correa catches up to it. Nice bit of defense there by Brian Wiseman, keeping Correa off the puck. Here come the Wolverines. The shot to score! It appeared to be number 26, David Oliver, with the first goal of this hockey game.
It was David Oliver that caught Maine in a and they can't get the puck. They can't get anybody back to play defense. Now watch what happens. They go off on a change. They go off on a change. Puck comes off Korea now as they move their players off the ice. Watch what happens. Right here. Nobody back. Watch. These are the nearest two guys back in the zone for Maine. No chance to get back on Oliver. He comes to the right of the face-off circle and just puts it away.
So the goal by David Oliver gives the underdog Michigan Wolverines a 1-0 lead at 4 minutes and 6 seconds.
It's a period in which Maine has dominated the action and has done a great job of transition defense in the middle, but they got caught there as they made a line change. Korea stopped just across the blue line, and they just didn't get anybody on.
Let's say the goal is at 3:58. Oliver from Brian Wiseman. Wiseman gets the only assist. Here's a blast on the stick of Mark Ouimet, but as he took that shot, a whistle. So Michigan is on the board. 1-0 Wolverines, and the faceoff will be at center ice, just outside the Maine zone. Guard Snow can't be faulted for that goal as Oliver had a head of steam and let go a bullet.
He's a good goal scorer. That's his 35th goal of the season.
Sean Walsh a bit concerned. He told me before the game, he said, I just hope that we can play with these guys early and get into our rhythm and our flow and not have to play from behind. Another score for Michigan. He's going to have to play from behind. The Wolverines jump on top 2-0.
Now David Roberts off an end zone faceoff is going to fire this puck right through the pads of Guard Snow. David Roberts gets his 27th goal. Watch it. It comes back into the zone. Back pass by Silverman. It's going to be intercepted there by David Roberts right outside the dot. And he beats Snow right through the pads.
So David Roberts with his 27th goal of the season. Remember, he got the overtime winner against Wisconsin in the West Regional Final. So quickly, the Michigan Wolverines of Red Berenson on top of the Black Bears of Maine by a score of 2-0. It must be said, though, Maine, below their firepower, can come back at you in a hurry. Martin and Silverman, the defensive pairing for the Black Bears. This is Matt Martin with it. Taken away by Roberts. Puck loose at center ice. This is Justin Tomberlin. Tomberlin takes a shot. Maybe surprised Shields a little bit. Might have gotten a little bit of that puck with a pad. Tomberlin had some of the far side to shoot at. Ouimet just dumps it in and Michigan goes for a line change. Martin with it for Maine. Off the stick of a teammate. Faceoff will be in the Maine zone. 14:51 left in the first period of action. And the Wolverines have jumped out to a 2-0 lead.
Michigan's second goal at 4:25. David Roberts is 27th unassisted. Silverman made that back pass behind the goal line, Tom. No one there. You have to know that there's someone there to pick it up.
Face-on control by the Wolverines, but the puck comes loose to center ice. Michigan will dump it right back into the person of Pat Eaton. Snow has to leave it for Imes. Puck not cleared out of the zone. Michigan has 3-on-2 numbers in front, right in front of the crease, and tied up there was Ryan Sittler, son of the Hall of Famer Darryl Sittler. Had his stick tied up well. And here come the Black Bears into the Michigan zone. Mike Knuble picks it up for the Wolverines. Imes has it now for Maine. Back we go the other way. Tim Hogan dumps into the Maine zone for line change.
Maine was down 4-1 to Lowell in the Hockey East semifinals. They made a line change, took Dunham, goalie change, took Dunham out and put Snow in and came back and won the game.
Willis can't control the pass. He had some room there in the left wing to break in on Snow. Snow's pass is kept into the zone, and having to cover up was Mike Latendresse. Back for now, David Harlock, but Shields gets to it first. Benton with it at center ice for Maine, dumps it in. This is Harlock with it. Boy, is he big. 6'2", 210-pound senior. Wolverines don't lack size, do they, Bob?
Big, strong guys, particularly in the back line. The defensive are very strong.
And we'll whistle the face-off. Will come down to the Maine zone to the left of goaltender Gar Snow as the icing is called, and Red Berenson has to feel good about his club's performance.
Well, both of these teams very explosive in the first period. Michigan over the course of the season, 87 now, 24 goals against in the first. Maine almost the same. They scored 80 in the first, giving up 24. But Maine, even though they got untracked early, have not been able to get great scoring chances against Shields, and Michigan's had a couple of dandies, including that last one by Sittler. He just couldn't get the stick on the puck to get a shot off.
Jim Montgomery controls the face-off back to Korea. The top line is out there now for Sean Walsh, Ingraham, Montgomery, and Korea. Montgomery trying to regain possession along the boards. Can't do it. Michigan doing a good job of forechecking here. Action right in front of Gar Snow. No penalties called. A lot of mucking there on the side boards. So now we're going to have our first penalty call of the game. And I believe it's going to be against Michigan.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be on Saunders of Maine. We'll wait and see.
We'll have that information for you when we return to the Bradley Center. Michigan leading it 2-0. Still 13-10 to go in our first period of play.
This is an unnecessary penalty. Watch this play along the boards. It's Saunders and Stewart, and Saunders just wrestles him to the ground, gets a left arm over and takes him down.
And Michigan is on the power play for the next 2 minutes, and the Wolverines immediately got a quality shot on goal.
66 of 258, 26% effectiveness. Maine has 21 shorthanded goals, only scored on 12% of the time. 21 shorthanded goals.
Mark, we met with it at center ice for the Wolverines. Has it taken off a stick by Korea? Remember now that Maine lethal on the shorthanded situation. If you're not careful, just ask Minnesota about that.
You see right there, but over the last 13 games, even more so, Tom, 6 for 76. Opponents only scored 6 out of 76. 8% of the time they score goals in the last 13 games.
Knuble and Sittler trying to gain possession behind the Maine net. Can't do it. And the Black Bears clear it down the ice where Shields has to play it.
Last man back, and the Michigan power play is going to have to be very careful because Maine anticipates the movement of the puck very well and is always trying to snipe it.
2-0 Michigan, onside for the blast, taken there by David Oliver, the save by Snow. Over the glass and into the crowd. Face-off will be into the Maine area to the right of goaltender Gar Snow.
This should not happen. Maine's defense asleep with the switch here as a long pass, almost length of the ice, hits Oliver just at the blue line. He's going to come in and get a shot off from just inside the face-off circle as Maine was very, very slow to recognize that play. Their defense has not been good in the opening minutes of this game. They played very well over the course of the season, but Michigan has been able to put some pressure on. They've left some people alone in front of the net, and they've gotten caught.
Roberts will take the face-off for Michigan, controls it. Still 56 seconds left to go in the Michigan power play. There you see how dangerous Maine can be even when they're shorthanded. Roberts in the corner. Latendrus tries to clear the zone and does so for Maine. Then he tries to catch up to it, can't do it. As back is Pat Neaton. 40 seconds left in the Michigan power play, already leading 2-0. Up the right wing goes David Roberts, gets by his man Horsecollar, down to the ice, and Maine is able to clear. Brian Wiseman at center ice. To Roberts. To Cam Stewart, his shot is wide. Hustling for the Black Bears, Martin Mercier. He gains control behind the Michigan net. Only 9 seconds left in the Michigan power play, so if nothing else, this will fill out the remainder of the penalty time. Couture with it, keeps it in. Mercier with it. And a pass to no one in particular is picked off by the Wolverines, and the teams are again even strength. Here's Willis into the main zone. Tries to get by Peter Ferraro, does so, then he gets buried by Dan Murphy, a Maine defenseman. Coming out with it is Peter Ferraro. Leaves it for Couture, but he couldn't control it. Ron Saka, number 7 in the maize and blue of Michigan. Almost halfway through the first period, Wolverines lead at 2-0. Goals by David Roberts and David Oliver. Nice play by Mike Stone. Keeps it in the main zone momentarily, but the Bears able to clear. Fenton dumps it into the corner. Black Bears have not had very good scoring opportunities in this game. Michigan has had much the better about it.
And Michigan not taking penalties.
As I say that, Ingraham gets it in front and scores! 5'4" Cal Ingraham has put Maine on the board.
Well, Ingraham does this so well. Persists after the puck. Tries to make a pass in front, but stays after it. Gets it right in front of the crease and flips it up and over the shoulder. Watch it right here. That's the pass, but he picks up the loose puck and up and over Shields for Cal Ingraham, his 45th goal of the season. Watch it again. Loose puck in front, upstairs, up and over, just inside and under the crossbar.
All he does is score, Bob. His 45th goal. He wasn't even first or second team in Hockey East, but he led the nation in scoring and goal scoring.
Yes, he's top of the country in power play goals as well. Transferred from the Air Force Academy. His brother played there this season, but he's just a very talented kid. He stays after the puck as well as anybody in the country, and that's why he's a good goal scorer.
Patrice Tardif gets the assist on that goal. Or make that unassisted. They're calling it unassisted. Ingraham. Here comes Maine again. The shot at Shields. He doesn't know he stopped it, and he did. Oh, my goodness. Steaming down the left wing. The Black Bears almost tied this thing up. I believe that was Paul Correa.
Wow, they're awfully explosive. They can really go. Correa coming down the left side, just snaps one off, and Shields gets it with the glove. He's looking behind him, doesn't know he has it. Pile up in front of the net. Watch this right here. Play develops down the ice. It's going to come right up the ice through Montgomery. Here's Correa. Watch him right here. Here's a shot. Top of the dot. Watch right here now. Looking. Now he's going to look behind him. Puck's right there. Good stop by Shields.
So it is 2-1 after the goal by Ingraham, and pressure in the Michigan zone is forced to face off to the right of Steve Shields. Shields, a junior goalie out of North Bay, Ontario. Chris Ferraro will take the face-off for the Black Bears. Maine controls it, puck behind the net. Chris Tamer goes for it for Michigan. He and Aaron Ward, the defensive pairing, and Michigan breaks out of its zone. This is Ryan Sittler, number 17. Beautiful pass in the crease, and a nice shot taken by Kevin Hilton. But Hilton was stopped by Snow, and it remains 2-1. Maine in transition. They seem to have gotten their sea legs underneath them after that goal.
Wow, that was not a good play, though. Martin should have had him all the way, and he was still able to get a shot off.
Peter to Chris Ferraro, just wide of the stick side. Back it comes again. Another shot from the point is wide by Maine's Dan Murphy, and Michigan clears to relieve the pressure. And a whistle for icing as Murphy touches up. The faceoff will be in the Michigan zone.
Maine's on power play. We met in the penalty box for Michigan. Maine's power play numbers over the season extremely impressive. 83 goals in 266 power plays. They score 31% of the time. Michigan is a very good shorthanded team. They've given up 33 goals in 249 shorthands. 13% of the time they're scored on.
Locouture will take the face-off for Maine against Brian Wiseman of Michigan. To the left of goaltender Shields. First power play opportunity. They don't have the penalty time up on the big scoreboard here, but be advised that what is coincidental, so they don't put the penalty time up there, so no need to do that. Maine with it now behind the Michigan net. In front, it's picked off, and here comes Michigan on a 2-on-1. This is Stewart with him. Stewart going to pass, they're going to shoot. He's going to shoot, and Snow slid across to make the save. Bart Snow saved the bacon that time for Maine, and now the Black Bears have a chance at a 3-on-2. Southey with it over the Michigan blue line, dumps it in on Shields. Maine will get some fresh bodies out there. Excellent scoring opportunity for Michigan. Snow held his ground.
Well played defensively by Maine, too. They let the goalie have the shooter in the end.
Benton controls at center ice. Correa's out there. Ingraham dumps it around the boards. Correa pinches in, can't control, but Maine keeps it in. Ingraham again. Well, he does take a look at a guy for his size, but like the commercial, he keeps on picking. There he is with it again. The Correa in the slot. The quick shot is a save by Shields, and he'll cover it up. 7:41 left to go in the first period, and the crowd applauding the action here at the Bradley Center. The score, 2-1 Michigan. This is an NCAA Productions telecast. 2-1 Michigan as we rejoin you here at the Bradley Center. Bob?
That's great defense by Weinrich. Watch him give the shooter to the goalie right at the end. Weinrich right here. Watch him now in the end. He's going to take Oliver on this side and let the goalie take the shooter, and Snow stops Stewart.
All right, the face-off in the Michigan zone. Wolverines break out. Dan Murphy behind his net. Tries to wrap it around the boards and out. Himes pitches in as well to help his teammate out. And a whistle. A little bit of pushing and shoving. You hear the referee come in and say, "That's it, boys." Willis for Michigan, jousting in there with Eric Fenton of Maine.
You see that play by Weinrich there, and you wonder, how do you play that 2-on-1, and what's the best way to play it? And in the end, if he went for Oliver too quickly, you give the shooter too much room to come in, but you have to delay, and in the end, go for the man without the puck and let the goalie take the shooter. If you go for the shooter right away, he's just going to dip it over to the guy without the puck, and he's going to have an open side.
Montgomery and Hilton take the face-off. As you see, the shots on goal are in the process of evening up after Michigan dominated the first few moments. Maine gets it out of the zone, but Michigan there at center ice. Correa tries to recontrol, can't do so, and Kevin Hilton dumps a weak shot in on Snow. 2-1 Wolverines, 6:49 left first period.
Snow on that pass was looking for Montgomery. You saw Montgomery leaking behind the defense.
Both Montgomery and Ouimet, of course, down to the penalty box. Montgomery with it, takes the shot. It is deflected by the defense, and Montgomery goes head over heels. Everybody's okay, and Michigan clears the zone to get a line change. Quickly up to Correa at center ice. Correa dumps it in. Maine gets a new line out there. Shields goes to play it. Saunders trying to keep it in. Now Michigan on a break. 2-on-1. Stewart is cruising down the slot. They can't get a pass to him, and nobody shot. Now Stewart can't control the pass from behind the net by Brian Wiseman. Oh, Wiseman didn't make up his mind there.
Boy, that was well played again by Weinrich. He's seen 2-on-1s in the last couple of minutes, and he's played both of them beautifully.
Dumping it back in for Maine and causing a face-off is Lee Saunders. 5:55 left here in the first period. Garth Snow has seen a lot of potential goal-scoring opportunities in this first period.
While the 2-on-1s have been great opportunities for Michigan, and they haven't been able to take advantage. Watch this. Watch right here. Here's the player in the middle of the ice. You have Weinrich just going to sit there, come back and play good, solid defense. Watch him right here. In the middle. Now stay in the middle. Watch him right here. Stay in the middle. Deny. Go all the way back. And in the end, try not to allow that pass across. Beautifully played. Beautifully played.
So there was a reason why the pass wasn't made. Weinrich was in the proper position.
Oh, excellent play. You have to deny the pass.
Pat Neaton at center ice for Michigan. Can't enter the main zone as Martin cuts him off at the pass. And this is Southey with it. Matt Martin. Cross-ice pass to Andy Silverman. Silverman dumps it in. Southey goes for it for the Black Bears, trailing 2-1. Both these teams averaging over 6 goals a game.
Well, I'll tell you, if Maine keeps playing defensively as they have been playing early on, Michigan's going to maybe get more than 6 because far too many 2-on-1s early in this game.
Wolverines have scored 8 or more goals 12 times this season. Half a dozen times they've gotten 10 or more, and a penalty coming up against the Black Bears for hooking. Michigan will be on the power play when we return to the Bradley Center. 5:04 left to go in the first period of play. It's Michigan 2 and Maine 1. Tardif goes to the box.
Patrice Tardif's off 2 minutes for hooking. I tell you, that was a lazy penalty. You know, he just stopped skating with Ouimet and put the stick out, and Ouimet went down, got the call.
So the Black Bears is shorthanded for the second time in this hockey game. Dan Murphy hustles behind his own net up to Montgomery, who clears the zone. Look out, Correa is shadowing Brian Wiseman, and he broke up Wiseman's attempt to skate around himself with the puck, but now Wiseman has it at center ice. To Stewart. Stewart, centering pass in the slot, and just not connecting there was David Oliver. He didn't get good wood on it and went wide. Wiseman at the blue line. Oliver in the corner. To Stewart. Jam Stewart, number 21. Loose puck, and Maine can't clear the zone. However, Montgomery has it. Montgomery's going to try and split the defense. No, he's going to hold up. He's going to wait for Southey. He's got some open ice, but the pass is cut off by Brian Wiseman. Pat Neaton has it for Michigan. 1 minute to go in the Wolverine power play. Knuble lost it behind the net. Wolverines pinch in and keep it in the zone. Ouimet had it in the slot, couldn't get position to shoot. Here's the shot by Stiver. Pad save by Snow. Knuble almost taken down by Weinrich. Maine clear.
Pretty good shorthand job by Maine as they've kept Michigan out on the perimeter for most of the 2 power plays Michigan's had. 30 seconds remaining in this one. 2-1 the score. Michigan leads.
3:30 left in the first period. Tom Mees along with Bob Norton and our rinkside reporter Jim Rich will be with us between periods. The maize and blue-clad Michigan Wolverines as Maine tries to kill off yet another penalty with 10 seconds left in the Michigan advantage.
Now, they're a great shorthand team. They've had great success all year long, and particularly over the last 13 games, they've been immense at shorthand situations.
And the penalty expires to Patrice Tardif, but he's coming out of the penalty box with a scrum right in front of the door.
You didn't have to go too far.
No contact, move the puck. You know, what happens if they're blocking your entrance? What do you do? Hurdle the crowd?
Oh, you have to wait.
Move the puck! And the referee's telling the boys to move the puck, move the puck. They will not whistle down frozen pucks for face-off in college hockey as you see them in the NHL.
Well, occasionally they do, but you have to stay there a long while.
Long, long time. Chris Tamer lifts it into the main zone for Michigan. Rick Willis pitching in. Heads for the net, can't get a connecting pass from Mike Stone. Fourth line out there for Red Berenson. Trying to make something happen. 2:25 to go, first period. This is the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. NCAA Men's Division I Ice Hockey Semifinals. Michigan leading Maine 2-1. I'm Tom Mees along with Bob Norton and Jim Rich. Glad you could be with us this afternoon. The winner of this game plays the winner of Lake Superior State, the defending champs, against Boston University. That game to be played later tonight here in Milwaukee. The Wolverines, Cam Stewart deep in the corners. He's bumped off by Dan Murphy. This is Chris Imes with it. Up to Paul Correa. He's got Justin Timberland. And almost runs into Timberland. Now the traffic mix-up, has a loose puck, and this is Harlech. But he's not a goal-scoring threat. He dumped it in.
That play was a little too close to the top of the line for Paul Correa to make that move, and Timberland collided with him.
Correa tries to hit Ingraham breaking at center ice, but Ingraham was well covered, and Michigan right on the puck dumps it back into the main zone. Ed Berenson mentioned to us yesterday, can't worry about Correa. You got to cover the guys that he passes to.
He's right.
Weinrich for Maine. This is Correa. Shot right along the ice. Shield saw it all the way. Montgomery in the slot. He's got a shot, and the shot is blocked in front. Nice job by Neaton blocking that shot. 1 minute to go, first period. And a whistle with 57.1 seconds remaining.
Well, you saw an example of what Paul Correa does so well as he finds that back pass, moving it to Montgomery. He took the original shot, but watch him find the guy right there, Montgomery, coming down to shoot. Montgomery a little too long to shoot the puck there. You see Shields come out so aggressively from the top of the crease, and right in front of the net, Tim Hogan playing a little goaltender. Great pass as Montgomery gets up off the ice. Correa finds him. Into the inside. Watch, look right there. Look how far he is. Watch right there. Look how far Shields is outside the goal cage. And then there's Hogan playing goalie.
And Neaton helped his goaltender out by blocking that shot.
I'll tell you, Hogan helped his goaltender out by being right there in front of the net. That's what he does, though. You see how he found Montgomery? You don't see how he sees the guy, but he finds him coming down the chute. Maine back passes very, very well. They haven't had much opportunity to over the first period as Wisconsin has played an exceptionally strong defensive period.
Michigan.
Right state, wrong team.
Most of the crowd here in Milwaukee would applaud your your observation there. Puck loose at center ice. Just lying there, waiting for somebody to pick it up. Who's going to get it? Maine does for a second. Latendresse, this is Martin now in his own zone. Latendresse has it for a second. He's checked off the puck. Stiver with it for Michigan. 29 seconds left to go first period. Stiver stumbled. Silverman with it. Back come the Michigan Wolverines. Both these teams, I tell you, you pick up a loose puck at center ice, they could be on you in a moment.
Transition very important. Both teams go to offense quickly.
Blast by Tamer, and I don't think Snow saw it coming. It went wide. 10 seconds to go first period. Wolverines locked it into the main zone, and it looks like it's going to end a one-goal advantage for the underdog Michigan Wolverines. That's the end of the first 20 minutes of action. Men's semifinal, NCAA Division I Ice Hockey Championships. Maine heading to its dressing room to regroup. Michigan Wolverines heading to their dressing room as well. A good first period of hockey. Michigan got 2 quick ones. Maine answered back. After 1, it's 2-1. We'll be back in Milwaukee in just a moment. Hockey, everyone. A great first period of college hockey action. 2-1 Michigan after 1. Shots on goal, 9 for Michigan and 7 for Maine. And you give Maine credit, Bob. This is a team that could have fallen back on its heels down 2-0 early, and they're in this game.
Well, I'll tell you something. I give Michigan a lot of credit. They played a great defensive period, and they took advantage of some Maine mistakes. Maine got caught in a line change. They got caught in 2 2-on-1s over the course of the period. Having seen Maine all year long, that was not a good Maine first period. We saw a similar first period in the hockey semifinals against Lowell, and you got to give a lot of credit to Michigan. They played a very strong period, and I thought from the defensive standpoint, particularly in front of their net, they were strong.
What does Maine, in your opinion, have to do to tighten up defensively?
Well, they got to stop making dumb plays. You know, they get caught squeezing on the left boards, give up a 2-on-1. They get lost in a line change, give up a real bad opportunity to Michigan that resulted in a goal. Then they give up another 2-on-1 when defensemen get lost inside. That's the kind of stuff they got to stop doing.
Goaltenders, I think, have played well. Garth Snow, Steve Shields, both made some big stops.
Well, Garth Snow, I'd like to have one back. He left off a bunny in that second. The second goal went right through the pads. I'm sure he'd like to have that back. But Shields played well. He made a nice stop later on in that first period. Both goaltenders are going to have to play well because both of these teams can really crank it up.
So 2-1, the score after 1. The Michigan Wolverines jumping out quick to a 2-0 lead. Maine on the goal by Ingraham, answering back his 45th of the season. We'll be back with more from the Bradley Center in Milwaukee in a moment. That's the shots on goal. There you see 9-7 in favor of Michigan. And the penalties, Michigan penalized 3 times in the first period. Maine 1.
Maine had two penalties that first period.
Okay, so that's off a little bit.
There were 2 penalties on Maine in 1 match.
Those should be reversed a little bit. Yeah. Michigan did have 2 power plays. We'll straighten that out.
Ever alert. Maine had 2 penalties, and there was a matching penalty. Which it took us a while to find, by the way.
Garth Snow getting some encouragement from his Maine teammates. You're down to the right side as you look from left to right on your television screens this afternoon. And Steve Shields, the opposite net for the Michigan Wolverines.
Second period has been a big one for the Maine Black Bears. They've outscored their opponents 109-34 in the second period. Michigan, as you would expect with an outstanding team, has outscored its opponents 73-31, but Michigan has scored its fewest goals in the second period. Maine has scored its most goals in the second period.
Who's the pressure on? Well, you tell me. Michigan tried to win their first national title in 29 years, but Maine has been to 7 straight NCAA tournaments, and their players say nothing else matters but winning the whole thing.
Well, I think when you haven't gotten out of the semifinals with 3 good teams, you know, and you've got an outstanding team this season, you have to look at it as your time has come.
Montgomery takes the faceoff to open the second period and controls it for the Maine Black Bears. Murphy dumps it in the Michigan zone. Shields lets it go around as Ingraham pitches in. Tried to get it to Korea, but it didn't work. And David Harlock with it for Michigan. Can't clear the zone. Winding up and taking the shot in front. Shields the save. Big shot there by Matt Martin, the junior out of Hamden, Connecticut.
Well, I'll tell you, Maine just kills you when you're careless with the puck in your own end. And Michigan here is very careless with the puck in their own end. And the wrong guy gets it. Watch this play develop as it comes into the zone. You're going to see Korea. Watch right here. Korea is going to pick that puck up loose and dish it right off to Martin. Then Martin's going to get the shot. Here it comes. That's a mistake. You can't do that. They'll put your lights out if you do.
Face-off controlled by Stephen Halko of Michigan. Dumps it out to center ice. We're met with Oliver. Oliver, his pass is picked off by Korea. Maine comes back 3-on-3 right away. Korea down the left wing. Gets by his man. Looking for Ingraham in the slide. He finds him with a great pass saved by Shields. Oh, that play almost clicked perfectly. Everybody did their job. The pass, the shot, and the save. Meanwhile, back the other way, Cam Stewart goes wide. Well, the passing ability of Korea evident on that last rush. And a whistle for offsides at a face-off.
Korea is a gifted passer. It's as simple as that. He finds people that you just can't see, and when everybody asks the secret to his success, watch him right here. He's going wide. Now watch right here. He's going to go wide and draw the defense this way, then slip it back to Ingraham in the slot. Watch the play. Draw wide. Get 2 guys to come to you. Find the open guy right in the middle. Thread the needle. Great shot.
And right back the other end they go. Michigan also a good transition team. Did not end up with a shot on goal there. But both these teams very gifted with making the transition from defense to offense. And another offside call, another face-off.
Now, people have asked me during the course of the season what has made Paul Correa a 96-point scorer, and the answer is he just sees people that other people playing the game don't see. He has great vision. What makes a great quarterback? What makes Joe Montana a great quarterback? What makes anybody superb in their field in a game like this? You see things that other people don't see, and that's what Correa is. He just finds open guys.
Face-off in the center ice area. Aaron Ward controlling for the Michigan Wolverines. Himes controls again for Maine, and here come the Black Bears. This is Latendresse. Centering pass, couldn't quite connect with Patrice Tardif. Latendresse again trying to center for Fenton. Tardif can't get it done, and we're going to have a penalty called. Chris Tamer pushing and shoving back there with Mike Latendresse. We'll have that information when we return. 18:32 left to go in the second period. Michigan hanging on to a 2-1 lead. For cross-checking, Maine will be on the power play.
111 minutes in penalties. Chris Tamer right there with the cross-check. Not much of a cross-check, but he's going to go out for 2.
And the face-off in the Michigan zone. Black Bears, with it is Correa. His centering pass intended for Ingraham is intercepted, and Michigan clears down the ice.
Ingram's a right shot, and Maine likes to set up their power play on the right side, get everybody over shift that way, and then hit Ingraham to the left of the net on his forehand.
Montgomery, Correa, and Ingraham out there, along with Fenton and Matt Martin. That's the power play unit for Sean Walsh's Black Bears. Keeping it in the zone. Good job that time by Martin. Montgomery can't catch it, though, and it's loose at center. Ingraham's pass over the stick of Fenton. Montgomery to Ingraham. Oh, if Ingraham could have controlled that pass, he had some open net to shoot at. Minute 10 left to go in the Maine power play. Montgomery, quick pass intended for Correa. Correa now has it. Martin will wind up and take the shot. He scores!
Martin with the shot. What's right in front of the net? What's right here? This is Fenton in front of the net right there. I don't know who gets the goal, but he puts a big screen up, number 18, right in front of the net. Fenton with the screen, watching Ingraham to the right. Martin with the shot. Here's the pass. Correa near point, but watch Fenton. Fenton's there. Here's the shot. Here it is again. Screen, Ingraham to the right. Pick in front. Right through the screen of Fenton. No chance at all for Shields to see that puck. Big Eric Fenton, 6'4", 210 pounds, plants himself in front of the net, and Matt Martin gets the goal. For Matt Martin, his 5th goal of the season, his 3rd on power play.
6th goal of the season, we're being told, for Matt Martin. He is a junior from Hamden, Connecticut. 6'4", 210-pounder, and so Maine has tied up this hockey game. Power play goal. Correa gets the assist. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the second period. The Sean Walsh's team, Bob, has come back to a 2-0 deficit to tie this thing up.
Well, one of the things we talked about earlier, and I said in the first period, Michigan did an excellent job of not taking penalties except for that match in the first period. Maine is a superb power play team. They're better even than their statistics, and they're close to 50% in their last 13 games. They've just been devastating on the power play. 4 of 6 in the regional playoff.
31.2% for the season. And hockey coaches will tell you, you get over 25% of your power play, you're doing very well. So Maine has the power play dialed in.
You know, they're 15th to 29 in the playoffs. Now 16th to 30. You know,
that's unheard of. 50%. That's smoking. Here come the Black Bears again on a 3-on-2. Shields takes a bump as he's outside the crease. That's perfectly legal, and Shields has to cover up. LaCouture gave Shields a nice bump in front of the crease.
I'm not sure how far Shields was out of the crease, and he's asking the official now. LaCouture is a very aggressive kid out of native Massachusetts. Watch the big guy, 14, LaCouture, and Shields in the net. Let's see, you be the judge. Is he in the net, in the crease, or out of the crease? Out of the crease. LaCouture reps. Watch it again. Puck's going to come right in front. LaCouture, he's a horse. Right there. He was out of the crease.
Play back on him. Ferraro Peter Ferraro just missed wide to the right. So the Black Bears coming in waves the last couple of moments, spurred on by that power play opportunity and connection.
Remember I told you they're a great second period team. They now have 104 goals in the second period.
Here comes Michigan. This is Knuble with a shot. And Stowe comes out to deny him. Big Mike Knuble, 6'3", 210 pounds, and a whistle and a face-off.
Well, that was one of those coaching nightmares. Maine had 3 guys right in the high slot, all jumped up together. The puck popped loose, and Knuble ends up with it. He ends up with a testing shot on Snow, who comes way out of the net. You're going to see this play. Watch right here. Watch it. See all that jump right there, and watch. He's just going to get loose on the wide side. They just get messed up right in the middle of the ice. Knuble, top of the circle. Look at Snow. Look how far he is out of the goal cage. Oh, me, oh, my. He saw that coming all the way.
Face off to the left to Gar Snow. Weinrich controls it for Maine. Tom Mees and Bob Norton and Jim Rich with you from the Bradley Center, Milwaukee. This is the first of 2 semifinal games today. Division I Men's Ice Hockey Championship here at the NCAA. Weinrich leads it for Ingraham. All Korea back to center ice.
Okay, Michigan is anticipating. You see him anticipate the back pass by the Maine defense. They're sitting a guy right on that other defenseman. They've got a goal already tonight on intercepting a back pass. Almost had another interception right there.
Puck comes loose to center. Onside is Ingraham. Tries to leave it for Korea. Korea does pick up. Can't keep it in the zone. Has to take it back to center. Off the stick with Saunders for Maine. And a whistle. We're going to have another face-off with 15:37 left here in the second period.
I'll tell you something. Not much to choose between these 2 teams.
Well, the Michigan Wolverines breaking the hearts of many in this state of Wisconsin, beating the Wisconsin Badgers 4-3 in OT after Wisconsin had taken a lead late in that game. Last 4 minutes, a nightmare for Coach Sauer and the Badgers. Michigan came back to beat them.
Went well for Coach Berenson, who his team just kept at it, and ended up with a big win for them, put them here in the semifinals of the NCAA, as they were last year when they lost to Wisconsin.
Many years ago, Red Berenson was a collegian here in Michigan. He played in the then consolation game, helped Michigan get 3rd place, and that was in the afternoon. That night, he was debuting for the Montreal Canadiens in the Boston Garden, a building you know well.
Sure do. 7th season in the NHL. He scored 20 goals, so he was a very good player. One of the first player to go right from college to the pros.
Here come the Black Bears in this 2-2 tie. Latendresse will go to the corner and try and control it for Maine. He and Tim Hogan tying each other's sticks up. Puck is loose. In front, and Shields has to cover up as number 18 for the Maine Black Bears. Eric Fenton was right there on the doorstep. That was a dangerous developing play.
Well, what happens here is that Michigan gets a double team along the back line. Watch it develop right here as you see. Watch right here. 2 guys on 1, and that's going to open up the play to the middle. You can't double team and not come out with the puck, and that's what happens here. You'll see that shot, and Shields trickle right through the legs.
Let's go to Jim Rich. Jim?
Well, Tom, you've noticed so far that the Maine Black Bears have really been going to the net. I overheard during the intermission that the coaches want their forwards to crash Steve Shields, to get in his face. They feel that they can rattle him a bit, and they've gotten that power play goal by screening in front, and they're right back there again. Back upstairs to you guys.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Your face-off will be deep in the Michigan zone on the icing call.
That wasn't any old screen either. When you put Fenton inside, you know, that's what he does all the time. He just camps himself right in front of the net. Standard power play procedure for them, and he's 6'4", 210 pounds. Very difficult to move. Takes up a lot of space. Has had a great year for the Maine Black Bears. 21 goals out of North Yarmouth Academy. One of the few Maine players on this team out of South Portland, Maine.
Chris Ferraro will take the face-off for Maine against Mike Stone of Michigan. Ferraro controls it, pushes ahead in front, and off the stick of Shields. Just inside plays it, hit high off the dasher, off the glass, and back of the goal. Shields had to be nimble on that one. This is Knuble. Dumping it in, and Michigan chasing after it. Knuble again. Can't control. Justin Timberlake. Neaton buries him into the boards and off the puck. Very impressed with the job that Neaton has done on the back line for Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan dodged a big bullet on that end-zone face-off, so, Tom, I'll tell you, they lost Ferraro off the face-off, and then Justin Tomlin, left shot, lined up on the right side, just rolled across the back of the face-off circle. They're lucky they get a deflection there because that was a point-blank shot.
Take a look at the scoring in today's game. 4 goals. Michigan jumped out on top first. Oliver is 35th from Wiseman. Then Roberts, David Roberts is 27th on assistant. Then it was Ingraham for Maine, is 45th of the season. Nation's leading goal scorer made it 2-1. That was the way the first period ended. Here in the second, Martin from Paul Correa at 2:30 on the power play. We're tied up at 2. Winner goes on to the national championship game Saturday night here at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. They'll play the winner of the Lake Superior State Boston University game. That game comes your way tonight. Knuble for Michigan. Tries to keep it deep in the main zone. Can't do so. This is Southey with it. His cross-ice pass intercepted. Silverman controls from in behind his own net. Southey can't get it out. Aaron Ward pushes it back in. Hamer, big defenseman. Again, Michigan dumping, hoping for a break in the main zone here. Back and forth. Michigan takes it back in. Ryan Sittler with it. And here comes Maine. A 2-on-3 in favor of Michigan. So Montgomery just leaves it, hopefully for a teammate. Ingraham corrals it. Montgomery eludes the check. Ingraham again. He's got a little open ice. He tried to wrap around, couldn't control it. Back come the Michigan Wolverines. Cam Stewart. He's bumped off effectively by Weinrich. Ingraham lost control, and he avoided a check by Oliver.
He does. When you're 5'4" or 5'5", you better be good at that.
Absolutely. You can't hit what you can't see. He almost went between his legs. Cam Stewart onside, falls down. We're going to have a penalty against Montgomery of Maine, and the Wolverines will be on the power play.
Well, once again, Michigan's allowed to leak behind. We'll be right back with more hockey action after this brief message. I'll tell you, this has happened too many times to Maine. Watch this play develop up ice. You're going to see Montgomery chasing down Cam Stewart. Watch right here. You can see it right there. He's behind the play. There's Stewart. You can see Montgomery, the trailer. There's the trip. 2 minutes.
At 7 minutes and 2 seconds, so the Wolverines go on the power play. Maine tries to clear the zone. Can't do so, and now, as I say that, down the other end of the ice it goes.
Have not this year seen a team be able to leak behind the defense as much as Michigan has over a period and a half tonight. They're doing an excellent job of putting pressure on Maine's defense.
Nice forechecking by Latendresse. And here comes Maine with a shot to score, short-handed, and Ferraro couldn't control it, or he had an open net. Just a second's hesitation allowed Shields to make the save.
Watch out.
Maine very dangerous on a short-handed situation. Chris Ferraro and Latendresse, the two of them playing catch with the puck.
Latendresse has 4 short-handed goals on the season. Joe Frederick, the one of Michigan, led the country with 8.
Now Michigan trying to get their power play in order. In front, a score! Aaron Ward gives Michigan the lead. Wow.
Sometimes you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and Maine just gets caught up ice. Stewart down the line, Aaron Ward to the front of the net. You see the Maine defense just all chasing back. Defense got caught up ice. Watch the play develop again. Aaron Ward is going to get this pass from Cam Stewart. Indirect pass off the boards. Right there, watch right here. Watch right here. That's a defenseman. That's what causes the problem inside. Defenseman loses it. Ward with the pass from Stewart. You can see the defenseman, number 11, Dan Murphy, chasing back on the play. And you got big problems when that happens.
So it's Aaron Ward, the power play goal, giving Michigan the lead again at 3-2. Didn't take the Wolverines long. Just 52 seconds into that penalty. Maine right back to the attack. Correa's pass intended for Montgomery goes over his stick. Kind of look the spirits of the Michigan Wolverines. They almost gave up a shorthanded goal, and a few seconds later, bing, bang, boom, they're on top again. Knuble tries to center, can't do so. Alco's shot is blocked off by the Maine defense. A whistle and another penalty coming up. Cross-checking will be the call. And it'll will be against the Michigan Wolverines.
It's going to be against Michigan, just to the right of goaltender Garth Snow. That goal at 7:54. Ward is fifth, his second on power play from Cam Stewart. I thought Dave Oliver should have gotten an assist on that play too, as he indirected the puck off the board to Stewart, but they only gave one assist to Cam Stewart. But you saw the problem there clearly, Tommy, when you get a defenseman doesn't make the play up in center zone in a shorthand situation, you're up against it.
Mike Knuble sits in the penalty box, 2 minutes for cross-checking at 8:37. So the Maine Black Bears on their power play. They have a power play goal this afternoon.
Michigan has 9 shorthanded goals. They're not bad. Not 21 as Maine has, but still pretty good. 9 shorthanded goals, not bad in college season.
21 is amazing.
That is.
Shorthanded goals.
Well, broke their record of 15. Well, they're 5 out of the last 7 on power play in the regionals and semifinals.
Maine finally controlling the puck as Michigan rags some time. They've used up 30 seconds of that Maine man advantage. Hines dumps it in for the Black Bears and then heads to the bench. Fields backhands around Ferraro. Michigan should be able to easily clear the zone here. They do.
This is where you have to defeat Maine's power play in center zone and in the forecheck. Once they get in the zone, it's just holding on.
Montgomery, Justin Timberland trying to control the bouncing puck, couldn't do it. Back pass and picking it up for the Wolverines will be Ouimet. Mark Ouimet can't clear the zone. Montgomery with it. His pass and a stick save by Shields on the drive by Timberland.
I think Shields played that very well. Cut the angle off. Tomlin, left shot rolling it off that right side. That was a nice save.
Back the other way come the Wolverines. Montgomery tries to trip up Roberts. Roberts still with the puck. A wild forward the shot. And a stick save by Snow. Defense let him see that shot all the way.
Well, nobody played Roberts, so he shouldn't have had that shot right from the word go. Should have been pressed.
30 seconds left in the Maine power play. 3-2 Michigan here midway through the second period. Ingraham tries to control the pass from Matt Morton. Again, can't do it. Correa leaves it for Fenton. Back to Paul Correa. Ingraham takes the shot and Shields makes the save off his chest and grabs it with a glove, and a scrum in front. Fenton involved with a couple of the big Wolverines.
Well, they're just not going to let Fenton stand there by himself, and Harlock just takes him on. You got to watch what happens here on the sideboards. The play develops as Ingraham picks up the puck, and you're going to watch in front of the net. The puck comes loose. Fenton, here comes, now watch right here. They can't let him sit right there. They got to come and press him, because if he sits right there, he just creates too much offense. They're going to come after him right here. Make him make a play. Don't give him room to pass the puck. Shut off the passing angle.
5 seconds left in the Maine power play advantage. Michigan controls the faceoff, and that'll use up the rest of the penalty time. And out of the box comes Knuble.
That's about as good a job as you can do on Correa back behind the net. They just did not allow him to have a passing angle out toward the front of the net.
Wolverines with a 3-2 lead. Tom Mees along with Bob Norton and Jim Rich at ice side here at the beautiful Bradley Center. 18,000-seat facility built specifically for the sport of hockey. And what a host the city of Milwaukee and the Bradley Center people have been for the NCAA semifinals this week.
That was an excellent shorthand by Michigan, Tom. They just played that well all the way through. Even when Maine was able to get set up, played it very well behind the net.
Long shot locked it in there by Michigan's Kevin Hilton, well wide. Hogan keeps it in behind the Maine net. Hines with it now for Maine. Tries to wrap it around the boards and out. And is successful. 8:32 left, second period. Neaton with it in the Michigan zone. Hogan golfs it out of the zone into the bench area for a face-off. Sean Walsh got a souvenir.
He'd like a little more important souvenir than that one, though. He'd like the one at the end of the game. Done a great job at the University of Maine. Graduate of Bowling Green. His record since 1987, you just have to look at the record to see the kind of job he's done. 201 wins, 47 losses, and 10 ties. 10-10 in the NCAA, 6 straight 30-win seasons, 7th straight NCAA appearance. But as you mentioned earlier, Tom, 0-3 in the semifinals, and this is a big game for them. There's no question about it. This is, I think, the best team that they've had. It's got a great blend. You know, they just come here primed to win this game, but Michigan is playing them awfully tough.
Maine controlling in the Michigan zone again. Shields out of the crease to poke that drive away. Crease Tardy's with it now in the corner. A lot of wrestling going on in the ice. No penalties called. Referee's looking at it. No advantage, no advantage. And play goes on. Wow.
That was a good play on.
No harm, no foul.
I think both players were trying to disentangle themselves, and I thought that was a great call by the official.
And a hard hit in the Maine zone by the Michigan Wolverines. Number 16, Brian Wiseman, leveled the Black Bears' Lee Saunders. Again, no call. Maine isn't known as a heavy hitting team, are they?
No, they aren't. They can play that way, but I'll tell you, they're not passing it very well right now. You have to give credit to Michigan there, because Michigan is disrupting their passing game, and when they don't pass real well, they don't play real well.
Well, evidently they passed real well this year, because their record is 41-2. 7:25 left to go, second period. Michigan, the lower seed, on top by a goal, 3-2. 25 left to go here in the second period. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NCAA Wrestling Championships from the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. A nice takedown there. And pretty soon you will see a reversal. There it comes, 2 points. With the match tied at 2, we resume our hockey action. 3-2, Michigan on top. Halko deflected in front, the rebound. Oh, what a save by Gar Snow as he picked it out of midair. Rebound in front. Halko took the shot. It looked like Mike Stone was there for the rebound.
I'll tell you, this is a bad rebound by Snow. Halko with the shot, and watch the shot develop in front of the net. Watch where Snow leads this one right out in front. Stone right there tries to tip it by, and Snow makes an exceptional save there, but he got himself in trouble without being able to deflect that puck off to the left side. Gar Snow, senior goaltender, out of Rentham, Massachusetts, played in a hockey hotbed, Mount St. Charles, out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
With Matt Montgomery for the faceoff. Montgomery controls it, but it's picked up by Stiver. He lost a weak pass into the slot area. Maine clears the zone, no problem. And faceoff will be the ruling on this offside. This telecast is presented by authority of the NCAA. Any use of this program without written consent is prohibited. The announcers for this program have been approved and contracted by NCAA Productions. Red Berenson looks on behind the Wolverine bench. Very intense man, Red Berenson.
Well, his team's playing that way right now. They're playing exceptionally well. 3-2 lead, 6:52 remaining in the second.
Ouimet can't handle the faceoff. He controlled it, but he couldn't handle possession there as Korea took it away from him. 6:43 to go, second. 3-2 Michigan. Murphy with it. Leaves it for Imes behind his own net. Chris Imes, who's plus-minus the last 2 years, is incredible. A +94.
+59 this year. Tops of the team.
And Murphy. With it now is Montgomery. Looking for somebody breaking. Finds his man in front, and Shields has to make the save. Imes was cruising in.
Well, they're being a little too cute with the play right there. That was Imes. Had a great shooting chance, but he didn't get it over to Ingraham as he tried to thread the needle. We're going to go down ringside to Jim Rich.
Thanks very much. You know, this Bradley Center is such a beautiful building, but there is one quirk. If you take a look at the dasher board, normal NHL rinks are probably 3-4 inches. This is a good 6 inches wide, and you'll notice in the hockey game, the puck is really staying up on the dashers, and the defensemen have to be wary of that because it can slip by them right at the last moment, so they really got to keep an eye on it. But it's been a great hockey game and a great building. Back upstairs, Tom.
Tom, I'll tell you, Maine's got to shoot it quicker and got to shoot it more often. They're delaying on the shot. Right there, Imes gave up a good shooting chance to try to feed it to Ingraham by the net. Never got through.
Coming up on 6 minutes even now, left in the second period, and a 3-2 Michigan advantage. Maine trying to break out again and coming in, and Mercier, the backhander, and Shields stays with that shot beautifully to make the save. Martin Mercier went to his backhand and couldn't get it done.
Boy, Ferraro makes a superb play right here as he all the way sees Martin Mercier leap behind the defense. Here's Mercier rolling in. Watch it develop. Mercier to the backhand, and Shields, sometimes he sprawls, doesn't look very good, but he makes the stop there. Watch this play. Watch right here. Watch right here. Indirect pass, up the ice, catches Mercier behind the defense. Watch it. Great indirect pass by Ferraro to the backhand, push off the right leg, make the pad save, great play Shields.
But What they say about Shields is he may not look great technically, but he's a good big game goaltender. You should take a facial look there at Martin Mercier.
Well, he's in a big game here, and he's played very well through 2 periods. But smart play by number 17, Peter Ferraro, on that indirect pass off the boards.
Benton intercepts the clearing pass off the stick of Chris Tamer. And Maine keeps the pressure on. But Tendress is wrapped up by Tamer, or rather by Aaron Ward, and this is Tamer with it now. Here up the left wing comes number 21 for the Michigan Wolverines, Cam Stewart. Dumps it into the corner. Andy Silverman there for Maine. Fenton at center ice, into the Michigan zone. Leaves it for Patrice Tardif. Back the other way, Oliver. David Oliver scored the first goal of the hockey game for Michigan. Cam Stewart. Nice save by Snow, and Maine will carry it out. Alco tries to hit his man. Mark Ouimet. Ouimet is taken down, and that's going to be a penalty on the Black Bears. Coming to the bench is the goaltender Shields. As soon as Maine touches it, the whistle will go. Michigan has the extra attacker on. Gets up there as well. Maine still hasn't controlled the puck. Roberts has it in the slot. Wow, Black Bears can't get possession of this puck. Maine with the extra attacker still. Finally, Matt Martin will touch up and the whistle blows with 4:06 left here in the second period. When we return, the Michigan Wolverines will be on the power play, trying to expand their 1-goal lead.
Silverman out of Beverly, Massachusetts, Cushing Academy. 2 minutes for holding. Had a choice of penalties there. I thought elbow might have been the better choice, but it's hold.
At 15:54, so the Michigan Wolverines already leading by a goal, go on the power play. Mark Ouimet in there to take the face-off for Michigan to the right of the goaltender Snow, and the Black Bears do a nice job immediately clearing the zone. See Michigan today connecting one for their first 3 opportunities. That was the last time Michigan was on the power play.
Yeah, it was. It was Aaron Ward's 5th goal of the season, his 2nd on power play from Cam Stewart. And they did give an assist on that goal to Dave Oliver.
They must be listening to him.
Well, they did.
Murphy clears it out for Maine. 30 seconds gone to the Michigan man advantage. Wolverines, Aaron Ward. Ward hit Roberts at center ice, nothing developing there. Oliver with it now. Back to Ward. Ingraham doing a nice job forechecking. Trying to disrupt that power play at center ice, but now they're organized. Oh, a pass just not controlled there by Pat Neaton. He had a lot of room cruising down the slot.
Well, they had a great play created there, and they just couldn't make that back pass, that foot pass from down the stick.
Wolverines come back with 44 seconds left on their man advantage. Already leading by a score of 3-2, and Stewart dumps it behind the net. Roberts goes for it. Can he control? Roberts comes out with it. Neaton with it. Into the slide. Oliver had his stick tied up momentarily. Nice job of picking the puck out of midair by Brian Wiseman. 18 seconds left to go. The Michigan man advantage, as you see. In the slot, and just unable to control is David Roberts. Under 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Roberts can't control that pass either. Latendrich breaks out for Maine. He tries to draw the penalty, but they're having none of it.
About the 3rd or 4th time they've tried to draw a penalty, and I think the referees are not calling it just because of that. Latendrich clearly not hooked right there, took a dive.
That was a good no call. That was a dive. 1:55 to go, second period. Tom Mees and Bob Norton with you from the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. NCAA Division I men's ice hockey semifinal action. Been a good hockey game, closely contested from beginning to end. Michigan did draw out 2-0 in the first 4.5 minutes, but you had the feeling Maine would stay right with them, and they have. Imes is buried into the boards, and a penalty going to be called against Michigan's Rick Willis. Took Chris Imes into the boards a little bit too hard with a little bit too much emotion there.
Well, the boarding is the call on Willis. Willis out of Lynn, Massachusetts. Played his prep school hockey at Northwood School. Gives Chris Ives a rap. Boarding.
Ouch. Thank goodness for helmets. So 2 minutes for boarding is the call on Willis, and the Maine power play will use up the rest of the second period and bleed into the third.
Always one of those tough situations because you have all the rest of the second period, and you're going to start with about 34 seconds in the third period.
Let's take a look at the one that was not called by the officials, and you and I agreed that it shouldn't have been called on Latendress.
Michael, good try.
He can do better than that, right? No, the NHL, the new rules, that would have been a penalty.
Should be.
Diving. Montgomery looks it into the Michigan zone. Black Bears trying to even the score here in the last minute and 15 seconds. Fenton leaves it for Korea. Korea, plenty of ice to look around, blows up Matt Martin, a high drive, knocked down in front by Ouimet. Ouimet clears the zone for Michigan.
Now, that shot doesn't do you much good except get everybody around the shot ducking.
53.2 seconds left to go here in the second period. The face-off just outside the Michigan zone.
Korea fed Martin a very soft pass here. Watch the delicate touch on the pass. Beautifully passed. He just gets that up too high, and Fenton just trying to get out of the way. You see once again where Fenton is. He just camps right in front there, and University of Michigan putting the big guys on him. Just got to try to move him out of there. But we said earlier, he's just a load at 6'4", 210 pounds, and tough to move.
Peter Ferraro comes on for Maine, along with Cal Ingraham, Korea, Matt Martin, and Montgomery. We're at the Bradley Center, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. NCAA Men's Division I Ice Hockey Semifinals. Michigan leads Maine 3-2. I'm Tom Means with Bob Gordon. Winner advances to Saturday night's finals against the winner of Lake Superior State and Boston University. That game coming up tonight from the Bradley Center, Milwaukee. Maine on the power play. A minute 15 left in their power play. 40 seconds left in the period. Montgomery's shot is blocked off there nicely at the point by number 12, Mike Stone. Maine keeps the puck into the Michigan zone. Playing with fire if you're Michigan. Very powerful power play for the Black Bears. 23 seconds left in the period. Ingraham pass to Martin. Montgomery to Martin, who'll load up again, and it's blocked off by the defense. Appeared to hit a leg of Chris Tamer and back in the Maine zone.
Just watching for the perfect shot on power play and not taking the chances when they're there, looking for the perfect play, perfect pass, and Michigan is just blocking up a lot of those passing angles.
That should do it for the second period as the horn goes. Maine will have 34 seconds left on the man advantage to begin the third period of play. Red Berenson's Wolverines go to their locker room. They have to be happy because they're up a goal, 3-2, over the favored Maine Black Bears. We'll be back with second period intermission from the Bradley Center here in Milwaukee in just a moment.
Having good power plays, but Maine is superb on power play. What Michigan has done on power play is deny the kind of back passing angles that Maine likes to use. They like to dish it to guys coming off the point. They like to make the pass across to the weak side man to the side of the net. They like to get it to Ingraham on the left side of the net on the right shot, and they just have denied that stuff all game long, and Maine's being just a little too finessey trying to make the perfect play.
And for the game, Maine leads Michigan in shots on goal 18-15, but where it counts, Michigan leads Maine for now on the scoreboard 3-2. Now remember, Willis is in the penalty box for the University of Michigan Wolverines. Rick Willis, the sophomore out of Lynn, Massachusetts, and the Maine Black Bears will be on the power play for 34 seconds. Now, question, is there enough time at the start of a period when you've got the adrenaline going, enough time to get a play together on the power play to score in 34 seconds?
Sure there is, but the number one thing is if you're doing that, you have to control the opening faceoff and control the puck into the zone. That's the most important thing. You've got to control the opening faceoff and control the puck into the zone. If Michigan controls the opening faceoff, they're going to kick some time off the clock, dump it back down, and if they can dump it in the Maine end, then Maine has to break it out all the way from behind their goal line.
He saw Rick Willis. He's chomping at the bit to get back on the ice and even things up. Ingraham trying to control the opening faceoff for Maine. The puck goes in the Michigan zone, but back forward is Stephen Halko. And he'll dump it in behind the Maine net where Garth Snow lost his balance, but fortunately for him, no Wolverines nearby.
That's exactly what Michigan wanted to do, and they've killed off about 14 seconds so far on the power play.
Here comes the first rush of the third period for Maine. Montgomery dumps it in. Still 10 seconds left of the power play. Ingraham looking for Fenton. He's got a lot of room in the slot. Ingraham can't get the pass to him. Back to the point, Montgomery to Ingraham. 5 seconds left of the man advantage. Martin is open for a moment. In front, the backhand pass in front for Montgomery. He didn't get there, and rather for Fenton. And the penalty is over. Willis is back on, both sides at full strength. Correa couldn't get his stick of that cross-ice pass into sliding. Correa is unceremoniously dumped to the ice. Silverman now controls for the Black Bears. They go for a line change. Puck into the corner. 3-2 Michigan. Winner goes to the national championship game Saturday night. 8 Eastern, 7 Central Time. Stephen Halko carries out for the Wolverines. Wiseman, or David Roberts, who dumps it in, and Michigan gets a line change. Latendrich for Maine. In front to Ives. He shoots it just wide. What a pass that was by Latendrich, right on the tape of Ives' stick. Latendrich over to the left point to Dan Murphy, and back come the Wolverines. Stewart dumps it in. Loose puck, and Snow has to clear it. Patrice Tardy sends it down the ice. Ward touches up. Icing will be the call. The face-off in the Maine zone.
Boy, Michael Latendrich made just a beautiful pass to Chris Imes coming down the right side. And Michael Latendrich over the last half of the season was one of the better forwards for the University of Maine. Makes a nice little diddle move to get by the blue line. Watch him play it. Michael Latendrich, little move right by the line. Get himself open, get control of the puck. And now back pass. Imes. Oh boy, just misses far side. Whoa. I think Chris Imes would like to have that back. Born in South Paris, Maine, but raised in Birchdale, Minnesota, where he played his prep hockey, high school and prep hockey.
Hilton will take the draw for Michigan against Dave Lacouture. Hilton controls to Knuble. Knuble's drive was a couple of feet wide to the glove side of Garth Snow. Lacouture with it. Just dumps it in front. Hogan goes back for Michigan. Mercier can't control. Puck kept in by the Black Bears momentarily, but Ryan Sittler dumps it to center ice. Silverman winds it back in.
Michigan's got to be careful that they don't sit back on a one-goal lead here in the third period. They've got to get their offense going.
I was going to ask you, Michigan's reputation is not to do that.
No, they don't do it well.
Of course, the way they score goals, they haven't had very many one-goal leads going into the third period. It's usually more than that. Drive from center ice by Chris Ferraro is blocked by the Michigan defense. 17-15 remaining in regulation time. 3-2 Wolverines. And a whistle will have a face-off. 17:08 left in the third period. 3-2 Michigan on top. We'll rejoin the action here at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee in just one moment.
At the Maine Furniture Barn, selection doesn't end with the best furniture choices in Maine. Welcome to the Accessory Loft, a most unique gallery.
From colonial candles to Tiffany lamps. From wall hangings to David Winter cottages. From sculptures to silk flowers. Complementing new furniture or looking for an unforgettable gift, the perfect choice is the Accessory Loft in the Maine Furniture Barn, Pushaw Road, Glenburn.
Back to action here at the Bradley Center, getting set for the face-off. Tom Mees along with Bob Norton and Jim Rich from the Bradley Center. Semifinal action.
First time all season I've seen Maine hesitant to shoot at times. So just sort of thinking about the shot rather than just firing. Look at that due to Michigan's defense, but just a little bit hesitant, and they've got to just put pucks on the net in this third period.
Big defenseman Aaron Ward, who has put Michigan in the lead here with a power play goal in the second period. Dumps into the Maine zone. Here's a loose puck in front. The shot is taken there by Ron Saka, but it's well wide. Saka's eyes must have gotten big as saucers. He saw that loose puck just sitting there. Chris Ferraro heads up ice for the Black Bears. Avoids a check at center. Ferraro trying to get a pass off the boards to Correa. Didn't click.
Now he overcarried the puck right through the middle. He had a play, but took too long to make it.
Ward controls for Michigan as the Wolverines go for line change. They may be caught here. Ingraham into the Michigan zone. Little Ingraham, 5'4". This is Matt Martin. His drive is wide. Silverman off the defenseman's skate. Stephen Halko with it now for Michigan. To center ice we go. But Montgomery controls for the Black Bears. Montgomery, the all-time leading scorer in Maine hockey history. 297 points coming into this contest. Ingraham in front. Correa, his shot is a save by Shields. Oh, Correa was set up there in the slot. And two Wolverines run into each other. Ouimet and David Roberts. Montgomery cruises in. He shoots. He's wide. Montgomery with it again. Pass back out to Weinrich. He's got the room, and the defense blocks it. Ouimet with a good leg save. Mark Ouimet timed that perfectly. Now Target dumps it in. Maine putting on some pressure here in the Michigan zone, Bob.
I'll tell you, Weinrich had a great chance. Took a little long. 2-on-1.
2-on-1 developing for Michigan. Cam Stewart, and it's knocked off his stick. Nice defensive play there by Lee Saunders. Stewart looked like he was going to pass, but didn't get the opportunity. Peter Ferraro lifting a high drive to center ice into the Michigan zone. Matt Martin up to Martin Mercier. This is Lacouture. Lacouture finds Mercier. His drive is wide. He had half the open net to shoot at. My goodness, and a penalty going to be called. Let's see who it's on. Holding will be the call. 14:23 left in the third period of play. And the action is starting to heat up. Michigan leading the Black Bears of Maine 3-2.
Yeah, heads to shoot at as Lacouture makes a pass over in front. Watch his pass across the middle. Comes right across in here. Going to pick up Mercier. Watch him here. Look at that net. All that net side. He just missed the Shields. Struggled to just dive over to the far side. That's what means Shields doesn't always look pretty, but he gets the job done. That time Mercier just missed. Penalty on number 23, Hogan, for holding Southby right in front of the net.
So Michigan shorthanded again for the second time in this period, trying to protect their one-goal lead. Stone dumps it into the Maine zone. Michigan tries to rag some time off that penalty clock. Montgomery comes back up with it. And here come the Black Bears. This is Benton at center ice. Still a minute 35 to go in the Maine man advantage. Black Bears want to keep it in the zone and set somebody up in front for what would be the tying goal. Montgomery pitches in. Well, I'll tell you, Ingraham, 5'4", takes his share of punishment. Ingraham gets a loose puck and it was deflected over the glass into the crowd. Aaron Ward nailed him, and he still had the presence of mind in Ingraham to control the puck.
What he does here, though, is what's been Maine's problem all game long. I think he tries to curl the puck and get in closer rather than just snapping off a shot. I thought he had a chance breaking in off this side to snap off a shot. Let's see what happens. There's Ingraham. Let's see if he tries to curl it. Try to curl and get off a better shot rather than just snapping that thing off right away. And that's what's been Maine's problem over the course of the game. Not taking the quick shot, but just trying to get an extra little move, a little piddle to get a better shot, ending up with none at all.
Ingraham set to take the face-off. Along with him, Mark Ouimet was set to take it as well, but he got tossed down. So did Ingraham.
Shoot the puck.
Montgomery and Martin, they're playing the points on this Maine power play. Minute 15 left to the man advantage for the Black Bears. Michigan just trying to get the puck out of the zone. Peter Ferraro. Back to Correa. That's his house behind the net. His centering pass, though, hit the back of the net. Matt Martin winds up. Shot gets through, but is deflected wide. Martin on it again. In front. Pass doesn't connect, and back comes Mark Ouimet.
That's what Michigan's doing a good job of, getting down and cutting off that diagonal pass.
And a nice drive by Ouimet, forcing guard Snow to close those pads and make the save. Back comes Maine. Correa. The back pass to Montgomery. 38 seconds left in the Maine man advantage. Chris Ferraro fighting for it. Along with Montgomery. Ferraro goes down. No penalty called. Tamer knocks down the drive by Montgomery, and Michigan carries out. 25 seconds left in their man advantage. for Maine. Ferraro dumps into the corner. Correa and Ward go in for it. 10 seconds left. Shot is wide by Peter Ferraro. May have caught the outside of the post. Went high off the glass, and that'll pretty much do it for the Maine power play.
The weak side men in Michigan's defense, the two men away from the puck, just doing a great job of shutting off the weak side from Maine's cross passes, trying to pass the puck across the middle. The men on the other side, away from the puck. The defense of Michigan has been superb. How many times have we seen them deny that pass, shut it off, block it up, and then kick it out?
12 minutes, 13 seconds left here in the third period after the icing call. The face-off deep in the Maine Black Bear zone.
Michigan doing a superb job. Watch it right here as Michigan just works real hard, and they're just away from the puck now. They're going to deny the pass. So they block it, deny it, block it up, and then kick it out. And we've seen that over and over again. I think that Maine, if they're going to be successful getting to the power play, they just got to get that puck out to the point, generate shots from the point straight on, and try to get people in front, traffic for rebounds. They're not having much luck moving it across to the weak side.
Wiseman and Couture for the face-off. And eventually, Maine controls. Southby at center ice. Behind the Michigan net. Couture ridden off the play nicely by David Oliver. Cam Stewart fighting for possession and gets it for Michigan. And Stewart is leveled by Martin Mercier. Don't skate with your head down. Stewart did that time. David Oliver heads up ice. He's got Cam Stewart with him. 2-on-2 into the Maine zone, and offside the call.
Coming across the line, Cam Stewart. I thought Stewart was going to run a pick on Murphy, but Murphy was able to avoid him, and Stewart put the play offside. Well, he just rolled down that blue line.
Oliver in his maize and blue jerseys, the goldies they call them, the gold jerseys of Michigan 5-0 coming into this championship game. This semifinal game.
This is the point in time, 11:36 remaining. Down hasn't been there very many times. That Sean Walsh in the past, in other years, he'll start double shifting that top line of his, Ingraham, Montgomery, and Correa. You'll see them out there as much as he can get them out there.
Still lots of time left in this third period. 11 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. Tom Means along with Bob Norton and Jim Rich for the Bradley Center. Winner goes to the national championship game in men's Division I ice hockey for the NCAA. Michigan hasn't had a title in 29 years. Maine has never been to the championship game, let alone had a national championship. They feel that this is their year with 40 victories under their belt. Trailing 3-2. Ryan Sittler gets a glove on it, controls it at center ice for the Wolverines, has it taken off his stick though by Maine Kleiner.
3-2 has not been a good score for the Black Bears. They lost to Michigan State last year, 3-2 in the region.
Patrice Tardif splits the defense behind the Michigan net, tries to wrap around, he scored! No! Whoa, wait a minute. I thought for sure that thing went in the net.
I think that's a good goal.
Montgomery's arguing the red light did not come on, and that insult injury, Steve Shields was necktied down to the ice.
I thought that was a goal.
I thought that was clearly a goal.
Watch Tardif here. You be the judge. Let's watch what happens. Tardif, solo rush, little fake there, frees the defense as he freezes number 22. Mike Knuble comes around. Let's watch. Let's see. Right in the net. Out the outside. That's a goal.
That's a goal.
That's a goal. That's a goal. See, the net is knocked up there by the Michigan player. That's a goal. That is a goal. Watch it. Watch it. Now the Michigan player bumps the net and the puck is in the net. That's a goal. And then to make the matter worse, the Michigan player net goes up, but the momentum was the Michigan player, no, and that's a goal.
That's clearly a goal.
It crossed the goal line. Clearly a goal. Oh my!
Wow! And thousands of people. Matt Martin with a drive, just wide. Thousands of people in the state of Maine are now standing up in front of their TV sets going, what is going on here?
Well, they ought to be. You got two referees out there. You can't miss this call. This is the NCAA semifinal. You cannot miss this call.
Now, the net does come up here.
That's right, but it's not off the moorings.
Or is it?
Let's see.
Or is it? It's off the moorings.
Looks like it's off the moorings.
Well,
I didn't hear the call down there. But that puck crosses the goal line. I'm not sure that goal cage is off the moorings.
It's a tough call. It looked like it was a goal. Let's hope that the outcome of the game doesn't depend on a call that's that close. Of course, the officials, let's remember, do not have the benefit of instant replay. They have to make a call right away. And the goal light, the red light bulb, never came on, so the goal judge didn't think it was a goal. And play goes on. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the third period from the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. With Bob Norton, I'm Tom Mees. Maine and Michigan playing for a chance to go to the national championship game. We hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're viewing around the country. Jim Rich also with us. Michigan got off to a 2-0 lead 4.5 minutes into the first period. Maine tied it up, and a power play goal in the second period by Aaron Ward is now the difference. If the goal does come off the moorings, aren't the officials supposed to whistle it?
Well, yeah, but the defensive player is the one that knocked the goal, and I'm not sure it ever came totally off the goal line. You see, it was on the goal line. The question is, did the puck cross?
Ingraham breaks in, shoots short side. Shields gets a shoulder on it, a scramble in front. Black Bears have to feel frustrated.
Well, we're chasing down that call. I want to hear what the call was.
Icing is the call this time, 9:20 in regulation time, and the faceoff will be in the Michigan zone. Let's take a look at the scoring summary of this hockey game. Early on, Oliver made it once in Michigan at 3:58. Then just a few ticks of the clock later at 4:25, David Roberts made it 2-zip. And at the end of one, it was 2-1 as Ingraham scored his 45th at the 9:55 mark. In the second period, 1 goal for each team. Matt Martin tied it up on the power play from Korea at 2:30. And a few moments later, Aaron Ward, his 5th of the season from Stewart and Oliver at 7:54, 3-2 Michigan. And what about this? Should this have been the tying goal? Let's take another look at it. Wow.
Well, I tell you, I don't know why not. I don't know why not.
Face off to the left of Shields. Puck is wide. The puck on the stick of Cam Stewart now. Michigan breaks into the main zone. Intercepted nicely by Chris Hines, and here come the Black Bears 3-on-1. The shot, and Shields the save. The rebound in front. The save, or the shot taken by Peter Ferraro, and Shields held his ground. He's come up big when he's had to.
I'll tell you, Maine does a lot of back passing, but that time Ferraro chose the shot. They had Hines all alone down the slot. You know, you can't knock them for not shooting all night and then say we should have passed it there. But they had 3-on-1 there. Ferraro ended up with a shot, and Shields came up big.
Now Michigan with a 1-goal lead now, and time beginning to become a factor. 8:33 left to go here in the third period. John Walsh, you know his stomach is churning. One loss all season long, and yet the only goal that the Maine players felt was worthy sending was winning a national championship this year. I'm sure they're pleased to have won Hockey East in the Hockey East tournament, but you're number 1 in the rankings from beginning to end. You want to finish up that way. Hilton and Lacouture on the faceoff. Hilton controls for Michigan. Nobody clearly with control of the puck. And the seconds ticking down for the trailing Black Bears. 8 minutes, 10 seconds now as Maine comes into the Michigan zone. Southey. Off the outside of the net. Loose puck in front. Shields dives out to cover it. Wow. The Black Bears were set to pounce on it, but Shields got there first. 7:54 left in the third period. Michigan continues to lead by a goal.
Decision here is that the net was off the moorings, and therefore no goal on this play by Tardif. He's hit up. Momentum to knock it up by the defender. No goal.
Centering pass in front for the Black Bears. This action continues in front of goalie Steve Shields, and Michigan covers up and brings it back the other way. This is Stone. He dumps it into the main zone, but back come the Black Bears, 2-on-3. The Tenders with it. Doesn't have an open man, so carries to the corner. Patrice Tardif is bumped off the puck. And with it now is Willis for Michigan. 7.5 to go.
Shots on goal way in favor of Maine in this third period. Very similar, almost deja vu to the way it was against Michigan State last year in the regionals, where they got all sorts of shots and couldn't score in the third period.
Back with it for the Michigan Wolverines. Pat Deaton just dumps it into the main zone, and both sides will go for a line change with 7:14 left in regulation. Michigan, the underdog, leading favorite Maine 3-2. Chris Hines, the snap shot. just inside the blue line. Save made by Shields, and all the way down the ice, Snow has to play in front of his own net. Ouimet dumps it back in for Michigan. David Roberts. Hines is on him in the corner. Ouimet looking for somebody in front. Stiver was right there unchecked. But Ouimet couldn't get it to him. 6:40 left in the third period. And a whistle and icing will be the call on Maine.
Montgomery's trying to hit Correa down the left side. Home run pass, and just the pass is a little bit behind Correa, indirect off the boards, and icing on Maine. Man, this has the makings of a major upset here. Watch Montgomery. Now what they're trying to do now is make a long pass out of the zone, but watch what happens as the pass is going to be slightly behind Correa. You'll see Correa behind the defense, but it goes behind him into the zone. Icing. Makings of a major upset here. Maine, one of the great teams all season in college hockey, and Michigan, an outstanding team in their own right. But I think that this would be considered a big, big upset.
You can see the advantage in shots on goal in this period.
That's what Michigan State was last year, and that's what Sean talked about earlier when he said, you know, last year against Michigan State, they just had trouble scoring.
Shot from the point, deflected in front, deflected wide. Shot was taken there by Stephen Halko, was deflected wide by Cam Stewart. 6:15, Matt Martin with it. 6:15 and counting left here in regulation time. Chris Ferraro dumps it in for Maine.
I think this is exactly the kind of game that Maine did not want to play, a 3-2 game where Michigan played such good defense.
I'll tell you, what do we say in our open to this telecast? Each of these teams averaging 6 goals a game. If you like scoring, you're going to love this game. Well, you've had scoring chances, but 3-2 is a pretty orthodox score for this level of play.
I think when Maine designed this team for this year, having been knocked out in the regionals last year by Michigan State in the 3-2 game, they designed the team around offense, not wanting this kind of thing to happen again, getting into a situation where they just couldn't put the puck away. But here they are, out-shooting Michigan 28-16 shots on goal, and down by the same score again with what clearly is a much better skilled offensive team.
Face off to the right of Steve Shields. That man has played well in goal for Red Barrettson's Michigan Wolverines. Lacouture controls for Maine, but can't get it back to the point. Pinched off nicely there by Knuble. And back to center ice. When do you start firing all the cannons if you're Maine?
Right now. You better be firing them all right now.
Mercier has it hop over his stick. Of course, if you're Michigan, all you want to do is clear the zone, clear the zone, clear the zone. Don't make any mistakes.
Still a little bit too much time not to hold on to the puck and take the rush when you got it. But if you don't have the rush, dump it in.
Lacouture trying to control at center ice. This is Hilton back the other way for Michigan. Loose puck in front. Almost corralled there for a dangerous situation by Knuble. Knuble could have controlled. He had an excellent shot opportunity, but he couldn't control it. Hines dumps it in. The Black Bears go for a line change. Aaron Ward and Chris Tamer handling defensive chores for Michigan. Stone up to center ice. This is Ouimet. Stick check by Silverman, and Maine dumps it back in. Tamer behind the Michigan net. Can't clear the zone. Martin keeps it in. Michigan wants to be very technically correct now defensively. Wants to clear when they have the opportunity. Matt Martin sent one in on goal. Doesn't have to be shot that hard with bodies in front of the goalie. Just want to send it on net. 4:30 and counting. Patrice Tardif and Fenton are onside, but only 2 on 3. Tardif's pass is choked off. And Michigan clears again. So the Wolverines, who came to Albany, New York last year, came away empty. Don't want to do that this year, and they're within 4 minutes and 6 seconds, if they don't allow another goal, of making it to the championship game.
Well, that was one of those troublesome little shots by Ingraham there. Just sort of snapped off a little wrister, and Shields reached down with the left glove to put it away and dropped it right at his feet. Fortunately for them, there was no one from Maine right there to pick it up. Ingraham's just going to carry this thing through the shoot pass from Saunders. Pops loose. Here he comes. A little quicker. Whoa. Dangerous.
Shields taking no chances there.
Hasn't he played well?
Oh, he has played very well. Ed Barretson has to be Very proud of the way his netminder has played today.
I said before, he's a big game goaltender, and he's been a big game goaltender tonight. 29 shots on goal for the Black Bears, 16 for Michigan, but they don't count them.
Montgomery controls the face, and they score! We're tied with 4:03 to go in regulation time.
That's an end zone face-off breakdown. Montgomery pops loose. You can't let the center get loose. Ingerham gets loose as well, and he puts it away. Watch right here. Watch right here. Here. Ingerham, Montgomery pops loose. You can't let the center loose on a face-off, and Ingerham just goes right here to the left of the net. Watch it. You can't let the center loose on a face-off. That's what happens.
That became a 2-on-1, Bob.
You can't let the center go on an end zone face-off. Center, if he does nothing else, has to play the center. Even if you don't do anything with a puck, don't let the center go.
So now we're facing overtime squarely in the face. 3 for Maine, 3 for Michigan, and the littlest guy on the ice has come up so big for Maine. 5'4", 158-pound Cal Ingraham, and that may be stretching it. The Black Bears with renewed life. Hines carries into the Michigan zone, but it's offside. Montgomery was in ahead of the play. They'll have a face-off at center ice. High anxiety here at the Bradley Center, Milwaukee. 1 lives ahead. Stay with us, and you'll find out. Maine EX. No shirts inside. I wonder if they're going to leave the building with no shirts. It's rather chilly out here in Milwaukee today. Hot action inside, though. Glad you can be with us. Here comes Michigan into the zone. Willis with a drive, and it's a cannon over the top of the net.
Boy, he had Knuble right down the chute.
Willis again with it. Knuble is in the slot area. They can get it to him. 3 minutes, 10 seconds in regulation. Loose puck is lying there. Willis centering pass in front. Dangerous play. Comes back to Aaron Ward. Ward cruising in. Aaron Ward with a backhand. Has it knocked off his stick. He had the whole net to shoot at. Face-off will be coming up. Oh, my goodness. Aaron Ward had the game on his stick.
I want to tell you, though, this is a pretty good job by Maine in zone because Ward makes a superb play. But watch what happens here. Watch. Right here. Everybody's tied up in front of the net. And Ward just can't make a play, and Snow is free to make the save. That was a key part of this play. As this play develops on the outside with Ward, the puck is going to go out to the point to Ward, and you're going to see as Ward comes to the front of the net, you watch right inside, watch right here. That's a key guy. They tie him up inside. Here comes Ward. There's right there. You have the play by Martin. Great tie-up.
Wow.
Superb play defensively inside by number 3, Matt Martin. Nobody's played better defense the last month of the season than that guy. That could have been a game-saving defensive play because that left Snow free to play Ward because Martin covered his guy.
We met in Montgomery. The face-off to the left of guard Snow. Comes back out to the point. Harlock kept it in momentarily, but here come the Black Bears 3-on-2. Can Ingraham control it? Imes has it. His shot is stick save by Shields. Wow, Imes got some mustard on that. And Montgomery deflects one to fly. 2:38 left to go, regulation time. 3-3. Correa behind the Michigan net. And in front of Imes, he shoots it. Shields the big save, and he'll cover up. Steve Shields saved the day for Michigan, and sticks and tempers go high. They're turning it up a notch, Bob, on both ends.
Well, against Minnesota, this is the play that right here that Correa makes. He's so dangerous behind the goal line here. Imes is going to come from the right point. Watch it right here. Imes, here's Correa behind that. Watch right here. There's the pass. Look at that open ice. Imes and Shields, what a stop. Saw the play all the way. Felt Correa going left. Just came out. Felt that play coming down. Imes finds the open ice. Watch at it. This was the opening goal against Minnesota in the regionals. That's exactly the way they scored. And right there, Shields makes a superb stop. 2:29 remaining. 3-3 the score. And I'll tell you, these guys, both teams, just played their hearts out here.
And congratulations to the officials in that little exchange of temper, not calling any penalties. Sticks and tempers are going to get high so much on the line. Let the players decide it, and the officials have done just that today. There was a controversial call, which the replay showed was correct by the officials. But the goal was off the mooring. It was a tough call for Maine, but one they've come back from to tie up this hockey game with 2:12 left in regulation. Aaron Ward buries, Mercier into the boards. Or that was Patrice Tardif who got Ward. He was looking for a boarding call, didn't get it. 2 minutes and counting in regulation, tied at 3. If there's overtime, they'll have a 12-minute intermission. They will resurface the ice and come out for a 20-minute overtime. It's breaking in and shooting and being tied up that time. The Maine Black Bears. That was Latendresse who got tied up.
I guess he got tied up. That's a first-class tie-up.
Here comes Maine again. Michigan caught on a line change. Correa trying to break in. His centering pass doesn't connect to Ingraham. Boy, I'll tell you.
He was passing it to Ingraham, but I'll tell you, Willis dumped Ingraham on the back check. Superb defensive effort by Willis.
The clock is superimposed to the lower right-hand corner, icing the call. And a face-off back in the Michigan zone. 1:19 left in regulation time. Shots on goal now. Look at the shots on goal for the game. 32-17 in favor of Maine.
Real bad in the third period. What a superb play by Willis. Because on that rush, Correa coming down the right side was looking for Ingraham. Back pass down the slot, and Willis just took him right out of the play.
Paul Correa. Freshman out of North Vancouver, BC. A lot of folks think he should win the Hobie Baker Award this year. He's one of 10 finalists, but freshmen don't ordinarily take it, do they?
Well, freshmen don't ordinarily like that kid. He got my vote.
Of course, Scott Pellerin won for Maine last year. He's now plying his trade with the NHL's New Jersey Devils. Face-off to the right of Shields. Shot blocked by the Michigan defense. Imes. Correa in front, tries the short side shot, never got to the goaltender Shields. Puck now to center ice, and there is 1 minute to play in regulation time right now. Headed for overtime unless the hero jumps up for Michigan or Maine here in the last 50 seconds or so. Wolverines pinching into the Maine zone. Puck in front, covered up nicely by Montgomery. Trying to break in is Correa. He's behind the defense. He shoots wide. What a play by Correa. Here's Correa again. The defense blocks it over time, and Shields is there. Steve Shields is playing maybe the game of his life in goal for Michigan. Wow.
Every now and then, he does something that you have never seen before. Watch Correa. This is the original play, and watch what happens. Down on his knees. Watch right here. Up and over. Great shot there. That's the first stop. Now the puck is going to go back behind the goal line. Watch what happens next. Ingraham pops it loose. Correa to the front of the net. He's going to end up with another point blanker. He's going to stay after with another point blanker. Superb goaltending by Shields, and a great athletic player by Correa. Watch this. I told you, there are sometimes he does things you have never seen before.
That's amazing. Just amazing.
Who called the timeout? Maine, and there's no secret why he called the timeout. Get that same line out there again.
And the face-off is set to come in the Michigan zone. He wants to make sure he's got all his ducks in a row. 32.9 seconds left now, regulation time. And there's a look at the freshman, Paul Correa. Bob, a lot of talk about him. He's eligible for the NHL draft. A lot of talk about him maybe being a #1 overall draft pick.
In my view, I haven't seen anybody. The only reason he would not be a #1 draft pick, the #1 pick, is because of his size. 5'10", 175 pounds. I can tell you this, Tom. I've been watching college hockey a long time, and I've seen a lot of great players come into this league. This kid has had the greatest season by an individual player that I have ever seen, and that goes back to about 1960 or 58 or 59 when I can first remember going to the Boston Arena to watch BU and Northeastern those teams play. I have never seen a kid do the things that this young man does with his gifts to play this game.
Well, his parents are from North Vancouver, BC, both educators, so they might put some pressure on him to stay in school.
He's an outstanding student, too. He has a 3.4 plus cumulative average, but you know, over and above, what he does out here is just rare.
You think the Canadian Olympic team could use him as well?
Oh. this youngster can play wherever he wants.
Lillehammer's only a year, actually less than a year away. We're at the Bradley Center, Milwaukee. NCAA Division I Men's Ice Hockey Championship semifinal game. Maine and Michigan tied at 3.
Face-off breakdown. Got to be careful here. They lost the goal. Yep.
30 seconds, and it's a 3-on-1 developing for the Wolverines. Over the main line, the shot by Stivers wide. Oh, he had plenty of time to crank it up, maybe get in a little closer.
I'm not sure that was a great choice. Shot from way out there with the winning goal at stake.
Tamer, here's Stiver again. The shot, the save by Garth Snow with 10.7 seconds left. That time, Stiver cruised in. It was a dangerous opportunity.
I don't know how Snow saw this one because there was nothing but traffic in front of him. This is a 3-on-1 chance. Stiver's going to take the shot from way outside, and they've got some good opportunities, but Stiver has the shot. Now watch what happens is this puck is going to work its way to the inside again, and Stiver's going to pick the puck up just inside the dot. That's the one knocked down by Imes. Here he comes. Boy, what a stop there. Whoa.
I'll tell you, that initial shot from well out by Stiver, missed by about 3 inches.
Yeah.
A lot closer than I thought it was.
And actually on replay, the middle guy was covered by Imes, and the only way he had to play was to pass it across, and it wasn't a bad choice to shoot.
All right, Bob, 10.7 seconds left. You're Michigan. You got the face off of the Maine zone. What's your plan here?
Well, you got to try to break the puck in across the goal line, get it in deep.
Wiseman pulls it back. Under 10 seconds left. Loose in the corner. Looks like we're headed for overtime. Imes takes it to center, and we're going extra time. Here at the first semifinal between Maine and Michigan. They'll resurface the ice. We'll have a full intermission. A standing ovation, well-deserved by young men from both schools who have really performed above and beyond the call of duty. A tough situation for Maine when it looked like they had the tying goal about 1/3 of the way through this period. But they came back. They weren't disheartened. They came back to tie it up.
Well, I give you another bad omen. You know Maine's record in overtime. You wouldn't think so with the great season they've had. They're 0-1-2 in overtime.
The one loss, of course, was the Boston University.
7-6 and a Mike Prendergast goal, but they haven't been in overtime very much, but they haven't won one yet.
All right. Well, these things go overtime more often than not. It seems that I'm hanging around. We'll find out who's going to win it all. Next goal wins. Back in a moment.
We have the replay here for you. If you could describe what the rules interpretation is of the goal coming disillusioned.
Well, it happened so fast. I was up in the box, and I saw the Maine player sweep around the net. And the thing that I saw was, the puck went by, and then when the replay, it was clearly that the puck went in the net. And if you look in the back, you'll see the guy in the yellow jersey, the defenseman. Now, he either pushes the net up or lifts the net. Right there, and up came the net, and the puck clearly went underneath the net, and even the goal judge didn't, see it, and you had to watch it like twice in order to see that it clearly went in the net. In the NHL they have replays. He could have gone over and played the replay, and then it would have been his judgment whether the player lifted the net up. Did it really come off the moorings? It was a hard call because it happened so fast. I had to look at it twice. Clearly in college hockey we don't have instant replay at all games, but this is a big game. Maybe in the future we should write a rule in that maybe we should be able to go to instant replay in the championships, because clearly the puck entered the net. Now was it a question of the net came off the moorings, or did nobody see it? I mean, it happened so fast. It reminds me of the goal that scored in Madison Square Gardens a couple years ago, where the puck went through the net. They called up, and he called down and said it was in the net. They showed the replay, and it clearly showed the net moving. So it happened so fast.
Now, for the Black Bears, they didn't really seem to protest the call too vehemently. Had they noticed, or it probably happened so fast, they didn't realize what had happened. Had Sean Walsh protested, would there have been a way that he could have consulted with the goal judge or called in further officials on the situation?
I think, the only player that really protested, I know, is with the kid who put in the puck. I mean, he went right over to the official and said it went in. The other players, stood back and said, how could it end up in the corner if it went in the net? And what Sean, I guess, if Sean wanted to, he could have called the referee over. He could have asked the referee to go down and talk to the goal judge. And that's up to the referee if he wants to talk to the goal judge. If the goal judge would have said no, then, that's just another reinforcement for the official. Really, there's nothing really at that point you could do. The official waved it off. The goal judge didn't move. And the only player that protested was the kid that scored. Nobody else on the ice really moved. I mean, it's one of those things that we'll probably never see again.
Hopefully not. Thank you very much,
In this game, I'm glad that, I'm glad Maine probably tied it up, so now we can ended, you know, in overtime.
Thank you very much for coming on in a very tough situation. Overtime is just about to commence. We'll have more from the Bradley Center after this.
Actually did.
Well,